Another CitizenCon has come to a close, and as we all sat quietly through 8 hours of upcoming content waiting desperately for the 10% we really wanted to see, CIG was quietly working behind the scenes to bring us a new update. Now we're ready to strap on our medical gowns and have a drug-induced hallucination of Star Citizen Alpha 3.15. Let us start where everything that has ever existed started, space. But let's start in fake space, specifically the electronic access virtual reality space of the all-new iteration of Broken Moon. Now we can explore this updated version of the first playable portion of Star Citizen where Chris Roberts taught us how to fly like true citizens. This enclosed playfield of shattered asteroids and giant space lasers doing all of their best space lasering is now as shiny as ever and even has tiny volumetric clouds down there. But if you want to do some real damage to the planet's surface, you might want to check out the all-new Crusader A2 Hercules Starlifter. It may look just like the last Starlifter, but this one's designed specifically to rain fire. So they covered every square inch of usable space on the bottom with turrets, took out the lounge area, and replaced it with an arcade room for all of your friends to control these turrets. You may also wonder why you can't fit quite as much junk in your trunk with this Starlifter variant, but if you check out the cargo bay, you'll find you've grown a giant pair of bombs ready to dangle from the bottom of your ship. Since dropping bombs without gravity proves to be a bit difficult, we'll have to head to a planet to test out this newly minted union of gravity and high explosives. All you gotta do is arm them, mark your target, and drop a load right on their faces. However, if you get a little too up close and personal with this assault, you'll get blasted into the all-new hospital system. In 3.15, when you end up on the wrong side of being alive, you won't magically revive in your bed. Instead, you'll wake up in a hospital bed with AI doctors and nurses admiring your reanimated corpse. Now you can run out of the hospital in a lovely gown with your butt cheeks in the breeze and right into Orison's performance-destroying clouds. Don't forget to check out the new showroom so you can get a detailed look at why these giant bombs are so good at ruining good times. Before you leave, you might want to stop at the hospital's pharmacy and pick up a whole assortment of delicious new drugs. This quintet of injectable magics will bring you back from the variety of new entries that will have you limping, spinning, half-blind, or just flat on the ground waiting for the sweet embrace of death, which of course you can still achieve by obliterating yourself in a massive explosion. You can tell how many of these exciting entries you've received with the new Cure Life medical tool that can scan for how busted your shit is and administer precise amounts of your favorite drugs to get you stable enough to venture back to a hospital. There you can jump into one of 3 tiers of medical beds that each treat different severities of ailments to add just the right amount of confusion you need while facing life-threatening trauma. But you can always come to the hospital at Grimhex, where every treatment comes with your choice of a free side of space hepatitis. Once you've accumulated enough drugs and drug paraphernalia, it's time to check out another new feature, managing your shit. Now you have a global inventory to track each item you own across every planet, as well as a personal inventory carried directly on your frail little body. Here you can finally replace your hospital gown with only the finest looking armors and then affix all of those guns, drugs, and any other useful trinkets to every pocket you can find. Then you'll be locked, loaded, a little high, and ready to head into battle with the new Infiltrate and Defend missions. Now enemies can spawn inside and leap out of closets to scare the shit out of you at any time. But there are also new missions where you defend allied NPCs as well, assuming you don't just shoot everyone and call it a day. Whatever your stance on murder, the new item management system allows you to loot corpses and rifle through their many pockets like you always wanted to. Of course, you might want to be careful so you don't get caught with your hands down that dude's pants when another enemy bursts out of the closet to murder you. However, if you do play a little pocket pool and some fancy enough pants, you might find yourself with the keys to the all-new Origin 400i. This surprise release from CitizenCon joins the Origin lineup of curvy, shiny, and overpriced luxury ships for people who want to look good in the moments before they're blown away. This luxury yacht-inspired design offers a sleek profile perfect for cutting through the waves of space. The interior features climate-controlled cargo zones where you can keep your wine corks moist and your cigar collection at the perfect humidity. There's also a full-size cargo elevator in the rear, just kind of almost big enough to haul your Tumbril Cyclone for your more adventurous golf outings. Anytime you're feeling the need, you can venture into the front of the 400i and admire the incredibly stunning spinning ball for hours of entertainment. Once you've exhausted yourself from that endeavor, you can take the elevator to the command deck where you can relax in the lounge area and navigate with this fake map, or head into one of the rooms accommodating up to 3 people on patented Origin pancake beds. Star Citizen Alpha 3.15, the update that finally makes dying more difficult than living. As you may know, the Argo MPUV Cargo won the Ship Showdown this year. That objectively makes it the best ship in the game, even though it really can't do anything even remotely useful in the current update. However, if you want this useless champion of high-quality design, you can sign up using my referral code from the video details and we'll both get one to admire in its pointless beauty. And as always, if you'd like to see more information about previous updates in an almost informative way, check out my other Star Citizen videos here.